Morning everyone, Carol here from Oak House Journals, and thank you for joining me today. I'd like to do a journal share of Flora, this hard-covered journal, but can I just first say that if you will stay with me to the end of the video and bear with me, I'll do a very quick sneak peek of these 4 Travellers notebooks that I've made, and I'll be showing these in my next video. So let me just pop those to one side. So this is Flora. She's a botanical themed hard-covered junk journal. She measures 5 inches wide by 8 inches with a 1.5 inch spine. So in new money, that's 13 centimetres across here by 21 by 4 centimetres. She has 2 signatures. She's bound into the cover with a hidden binding, and she has blue and red spine, if I can get that in cover for you, spine protectors at both ends of the spine there. Inside there are 47 inclusions, so there's a library card, 29 tags, decorative tags, 7 specimen tags, 2 floating pockets, 3 material flips, a glassine pocket and a first day cover, and she also has some book dangles and charms. So if I turn her sideways, hopefully you can see those. There's a tiny little silver acorn there. This is a little seed file with some tiny poppy seeds inside. This one is a lily. There's a skeleton leaf there, a little pomegranate, and this is a little piece of sea glass with a tiny little heart cut out of it. I hope you can just pick that up on the camera. Yep, there you go. And a tiny blue glass bead, and there's a bookmark inside her as well, which is a tree of life with a little green glass bead. The cover, as I say, is a hard cover. She's covered in this gorgeous floral paper that I fell in love with whilst on holiday in Italy last year. I bought the paper from a fabulous shop in Lecce. So she's covered in that, and it has a nice, almost a suede feel to it, and I liked it so much that's why I didn't put any further decoration other than the book plate layering on the front. So there's a couple of layers of delicate fabric, some tea stained paper, then this metal book plate, and then inside you've got a layering of lace with the word Flora, which I've covered over with some glossy accents to protect it. So going inside, there is a library pocket inside. This image has been backed with some material and stitched and then layered with the word Heather. This is a vellum page with a vellum pocket, and this is a little pouch with 3 little book page tags inside, all stitched, all inked, laid on the back with tea stained paper and lace. This page has got a long slim pocket in, and in England we have a beautiful toiletry company called The Bath House, and this is one of their scented strips that you can buy to test their perfume. So actually if you put that up to your nose, it's scented with the smell of lavender, and there's a little tag here through an eyelet on some string which says smell me, book page, stitched, stamped and inked. There is an Edith Holden Page pocket here which has been layered up with some lace and some stamping, and this is a little flip open with a poem inside on some handmade paper and some more stamping there. Goes inside that pocket. another tag here, and hopefully I can get my words right today and call everything tags or journaling cards as appropriate. This has been layered up on some raw silk and some dyed muslin backed with tea stained paper. There is a fabric flip here, some linen on some raw silk, stamping at the bottom, stitching around the edge of the page, a tag here. The first one I come to and I get it wrong, a journaling card here, stamped on the back, and an Edith Holden page which has been stitched and folded to resemble an envelope. A little bit of layering up here behind some a quote from Sir Henry Wotton, which has been laid onto some vellum paper. Some fussing cutting here, 2 baby tags that just tuck into the bottom there, and there's a paper clip just to secure them in place. This is a long pocket which is secured with a magnet. There's a tiny little tag at the bottom, and then this is a specimen tag with a seed head in it. That flips down. Over the page, a little bit of lace stitched onto the page. This is a genuine tea card that I've encased in some vellum to make a tag. A stamp here layered onto some muslin on a vellum page. A quote here. It's not a quote actually, it's a part of a poem from Laura Lee, Cider with Rosie. So botanical pages here with vellum behind the lace, so you can tuck in behind the vellum or you can tuck in behind the lace, whichever you prefer. And again, a genuine tea card encased in some vellum. The first charm attached with a paper clip. Glassine pocket here, again another one of those tea cards. In the glassine pocket, little bit of lace, a little sari silk rose, and a little bit of indenture paper decorating that pocket. A little bit of stitched collaging, I suppose you call this. There's some stamping on some linen with some raw silk. Then you have a crocheted daisy that I've made. Then a stamp on some raw silk, and then some more stamping onto linen with raw silk behind it. This is just a flip out, hiding a pocket, layered up here, a tag, and another one of those tea cards, and they just go in that pocket there, and it's just held shut with the tiny paper clip. And shut that up. A stamp that has been stitched onto some ink stained vellum. This is the paperwork in here is all coffee stained and sprayed, so it's more of a grungy look than I normally do. An Edith Holden page, and this lace here is on this little booklet, so this is a little pocket there, so this is a little bit of lace stitched onto this booklet, vellum covered, and it's some botanical pages, some stained paper with some stamping, more stamping, a little flip out there. And she just tucks back into that pocket there with the lace either on the top or out, but I quite like the lace on the top, and then you get this border at the edge of the page. A couple of tags here. Again, all the tags have been stitched and inked and backed with coffee stained paper. This is a little crochet daisy I made. a flip out here with Tim Holtz paper. This is some of that radio signallers log paper that I've mentioned in previous videos, and a bit of stamping there. This is just held in place with a magnet on the back, so it holds it quite securely. A little bit of layering, lace, vellum again. I think this is Edith Holden, this one. Yes, it is. You can tell from the writing on the back. And just some spare sheets of paper there. A little bit of ghost stamping on the back. And a little bit of lace there. Another pocket with a tag. This is a metal, one of the Ranger Tim Holtz tag press tags. So there's a Edith Holden image there, and on the back there is a pressed and dried hydrangea leaf. This is layered down here. A little decorated glassine pocket with some lace, tiny tags, a little plastic rose, some bows, sari silk ribbon, some lovely font, and it's nothing in it. It just tucks in there for decoration, like so. Vellum page which is stamped, a tag clipped in place with some stamping on the back. Here there is a little tiny belly band with a quote, and another little tiny book with a little dangle there, and then there's a little piece of poetry and prose inside. So that just goes through that belly band there when it wants to go through. There we go, just the edges of the vellum are catching. And then if you take this seed file off, that opens out to reveal some more stamping, and this is some stained ledger paper. Another belly band with some lace, a little button, another crochet doily, and a big tag backed with Ranger paper, some stamping at the bottom, and the belly band's made of Ranger vellum, same at the bottom. This is a tea bag that I've stamped, and there's an image as well behind it stamped. This is a pocket here, and again behind this, on top of this vellum page, on top of this botanical page, there is a piece of vellum and the lace, so you've got a double tuck spot if you want behind the vellum or behind the lace, same as before. Another charm there. This one is a rose charm. A walk in nature walks a soul back to home by Mary Davis. That's a little quote. It's a belly band there, or a tuck spot, nothing in it. Edith Holden pocket with a tag, a thistle tag, a bit of washi, and this time some washi on the back as well. Some stamped vellum, and on this page, or these two pages, as you can see, it's stamped to the bottom, and then these are two specimen tags from my garden. This is a fuchsia head, and you know it, my favourite. A couple of fern leaves there. There we are. This is an old vintage lace collar, and I've used it here as a tuck spot, so it will hold a tag or a journaling card as you wish. There's a little bit of stamping with a mother of pearl button there. This is a first day cover dating back to 1983 with some botanical stamps on there. I've used it as a flip out and tuck spot. There's nothing in the envelope, but you have a tuck spot there with a little piece of stained ledger paper that just folds up, bit of washi, there, and that goes in that pocket. Well, it goes there now, but you can put it anywhere you like, really. This tag is held in place with a magnet, so she just sits on there, and it's just a botanical image laid onto raw silk, some dyed muslin and a little bit of lace secured in place with some twine, and there's a botanical stamp on the back, so that just flips closed. This is some more Edith Holden paper with Wordsworth's poem on wild daffodils. It just folds over, and a little bit of lace. I've stitched all around the edges. Tuck spot there for it to go in. Over the page we have a tag here that I've made into a tuck spot, but it opens out, so it's a double tag, and it's just secured with a paper clip. And then we have two more specimen tags of dried grasses. With some Irish linen at the top. Vellum page stamped. On this botanical print page or book page, I've done another one of these smelly tags from the bathhouse. Again, stitched around the pocket, little bit of stamping, and another little tag on it which says "Smell me." And then here's the lily, pond lily, I think they're called, charm, or lotus lily. This is my poppy page. Again, another one of these double vellum and lace pockets. There's a poppy tag here on some beautiful, beautiful indenture paper. Layered up label here, a bulb pin with some buttons on, a little red bead, stamping on the back. Here are some poppy seeds. I've put poppy seeds on the little tag, and they're loose in there. So that goes there. This is a paper bag that I've decorated with the centre of a crocheted or lace doily, and this is all embroidered, this bouquet of flowers there, little tiny posy of flowers. I've edged it in a double layer of lace across here, and inside the pocket there's a vintage seed packet for poppies that I've used to decorate. Then there's a quote, Flanders Field, and then here is just a piece of paper with a poppy image on it, and that all folds up and goes in this little pocket here. There's a quote on the back, Edith Holden page with some lace stitched on. More lace here. Another little quote down the bottom with some roses tucked in there. Some more tags here. So there's a tag there with, let's do this properly. This is a little pouch of some dried lavender. A tag there. And then another page that opens up like that. Whoops, a daisy. And they all secure to the page with a paper clip. A stamp there. I'm just going to put that sideways because it lies flatter then. I'll leave that charm there. There's a little stamp there, a pocket here, and or an envelope style pocket with a bit of lace, again all stitched round. Another pocket here with some stamping across the bottom, and another little notebook, laced edge, vellum covered, with some images. That flips out again. Oops, a daisy. Just trying to hold that open. Over the page here we have a little dangle, a little bit of layering. This is a vellum pocket with some lace, magnetised, nothing in it. A collage of some more vellum, crocheted doily. This is just to flip open. This is another little envelope that I've decorated. And when you open her up, there's a tiny, tiny little booklet. If I can get that back in shot for you. Tiny, tiny little booklet secured with a little band. It's magnetised, and when you open it up, there's lace on the pages. Tiny, tiny little tags that come out. She is hand stitched. There's some more little tags there, as you can see. A little bit of lace with a tiny, tiny label. Ooh. Vellum pocket there with another little tag. Vellum flip, another tag. Another one in here. This is actually a tiny, this is where it gets ridiculous. This is another tiny, tiny, tiny booklet. I don't know if you can see that. She's just very, very, very tiny. So, tiny book in a tiny book. She just goes in that pocket there. Sorry, she's bigger than my chubby fingers. Another little tiny, tiny tag there. A little tag behind a belly band there. And as I say, she's secured with her own little belly band. And she goes in this little decorated envelope. And she's clipped here. I'm not going to put it all back together because it'll take a while, I think. We have another lace and vellum pocket there with a big tag. The other side of that paper bag, just some layering, some stitching, and inside a couple of tags backed with that lovely, lovely indenture paper. Here we have a ledger paper flip out. It's a double flip out, and I've put a line of Edith Holden paper down there and the edge of the paper just to decorate it a little bit. We have a pocket here with some double layering, more stamped vellum page, stamped, torn and inked. This page has a Botanical book page at the bottom and two tags stamped on the back with lace at the top and bows and layered with the name of the orchids. Bit of layering at the top there. This page you have a flip out, and there's a pocket here. This is printed vellum backed onto tea stained paper, or coffee stained in this case. Nothing in this pocket. Then you have another specimen tag clipped here, and underneath a quote about the maidenhair fern. And then when you, as I say, that opens out that way. When you open it up, there's a tiny, tiny tuck spot here, a material flip there with some stamped linen and a safety pin with some lace. Botanical image there. On this side you have another pocket at the bottom, again layering up. How lovely, the silence of growing things, layered up onto vellum which has been inked. A little bit of lace at the top. So this is a tiny little booklet with some lace on the front and a little quote inside. And this is just some more ledger paper made into a little booklet, stitched around the outside, a little bit of stamping inside for interest. And as I say, lace at the top. There's the dangle there. Over the page we have another journaling card, but this time it's a flip up. There is a tuck spot here. Sorry, she's very chunky now, so there's a tuck spot here and some vellum paper as the last page, and then an Ex Libris layered up book plate at the back. So she's quite a big journal. I think there's something like 120 pages in her. I'm not sure, if not more. I will try to remember to include that in the description down below. And just very quickly, before I go, these are 4 traveller's notebooks that I wanted to share with you. They are made with Stamperia paper and have been stitched round the outside to have lovely sari silk that complements the covers, but it's not stitched on. 5-hole pamphlet stitch, tags inside. These are paper clips that you can take off if you don't like them. So there's these 2, and then there's 2 without sari silk. So this is another Stamperia one, and this one has a little booklet, or actually it's a bridge scorecard or score pad inside. Envelopes, eco-dyed paper of mine, all botanical themed. Edith Holden tiny tags. There's a beautiful ceramic button, flip out. Raw silk tabs. Specimen tags. I like collaging, as you've probably guessed, on glassine envelopes. So that's that one. And this one, again, this one has got a piece of linen on the spine, again a removable paper clip, and library card pockets inside, specimen tags. This one has a dangle on her. Decorated envelope with a tag inside. So I will go through these in more detail in my next video, but I just thought I'd give you a quick sneak peek whilst I have them out here on my desk. And as I say, I'll go through them in more detail with you on my next video. So as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today and watching me babble my way through my videos. Thank you for sticking with me. You are to be commended, most definitely. So thank you so much, and thank you so much to the lovely people that have subscribed to date, please would you subscribe and join me in the future, as I'd love to share more of my journals with you. And please feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And maybe if you like the video enough, could you give me a thumbs up? Thank you so much, everybody. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, and I hope you can find time to do a little bit of crafting or journaling yourself. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.